So recently you decided to throw yourself into the dating pool.
Yes.
And you did this in the form of venturing out onto dating apps. Grindr, Jacked. I don't know that you've done Adam for Adam yet.
No.
Okay. Plenty of Fish. I don't even know if that's one for
No, that wasn't what
exclusive.
I was on Tinder.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
forgot about Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tinder was how it all started. So you've encountered a lot so far. And in the short amount of time that you've been on there, I'm sure that you've had an opportunity to get to know what some of your red flags are. So let's start with some of those. What are some things that really just make you back away?
Just people that aren't 100% them or can't be them. That can be from not having profile pictures to simply not being able to describe yourself. Whether that's gay, straight, bi, curious, DL, at least be able to put yourself in that category to simplify it, because then there's kind of, narrows it down, and I actually know who I'm talking to and what I'm working with, because there are some people that don't want to label themselves, and they'll give you answers like I just got from a guy who's I met today online, saying that I'm a man's man, and I'm a man, and say if we were together, I wouldn't have a problem holding your hand. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I guess that's gay, openly gay. I don't know,
One thing that you've encountered a lot are the subgroups or subcategories. Yes. So oral top is something
and
that we both.
This is what he called himself. I said, so are you a top or a bottom? He said, I am an oral top.
We had to go on Urban Dictionary to look that up.
I'm new to this. I don't know what that means. Oral top.
And apparently it's been around since 2006. But even in my experience, I've never heard of it either. So the top definition, or the most agreed with definition, is someone who enjoys receiving fellatio, or what is it? Cunnilingus or analingus, but not giving. So an oral top, which sounds just like a regular top anyway.
Yeah, I mean, then there's this whole verse top or verse bottom thing, which is confusing to me as well.
I've heard of that one.
I just don't get it. There's so many, different categories. It's like, God damn. Just simplify it and say, I am mainly a top, but sometimes I don't have a problem bottoming. Or I am mainly a bottom, but I don't mind topping every now and then. Just say that.
For people, that's too many words for people. And like I was saying,
and then you need a definition for it when you say that. When you talk to people like me that are new to this, and like, what is that? When you can,
that's true.
So it's so confusing.
That's true. But people, I think there's a lot of people on there that say I'm new to this, that aren't new to this, and so people are probably used to hearing I'm new to this, but still think, like the guy that you met, and he said, I've not messed around with anyone ever, but I'm a power bottom, or what did he say? Or no, I like to analingus, or the militant one that wanted just to like skin.
Yeah. What he said was that he's curious. He imagined himself to be a bottom, and that he prefers a big dick. My thing is, if you never had it, how do you prefer it? I was like that at first, but then I realized, that may not be the case. He came right out the gate saying, I like light-skinned men with big black dicks. He didn't say big black dicks. He came right out the gate saying he likes light-skinned men. Because which he made a point to say, because we exchanged pictures, and he made a point in saying that I was chocolate. I said, pretty much, is there a problem being chocolate? No, there's no problem, but he prefers light skin because light is right. Immediately, I took offense to that. because it's like at this
Naturally.
point we can't even be friends. I mean, you said what you said, but you're not too far from my skin complexion yourself. You automatically are attracted to or light skinned guys get your attention. So why did you message me? That's what caught me off guard, because he messaged me, and so his response was that I seemed like a really cool person. I seemed like a cool kid, and again that kind of rubbed me the wrong way too, like a kid. Like, come on, dude, you're only 1 year older than me. If you don't like something that a person is, why reach out to that person?
Well, I don't know that you've encountered too much of that, but maybe that's something that is one of the complexes in the gay black community, perhaps having bias against darker or lighter or whatever. Like I described it as a drive-through window where you can say, I want this sandwich, but without the sesame seeds, without the pickles, or with extra cheese. It's like people are trying to customize and special order what they want in a guy on these apps, and it seems very limiting at the end of the day, because as we know, there's a wide variety of people that and a wide variety of beauty comes in a lot of different forms. But I feel like people are really limiting themselves when they get so specific about what they will and won't accept.
Yeah. Which will probably change for him. I don't know. But I wished him well after he said that. I was like, pretty much there's nothing else to say here. Good luck with your job hunt. Good luck with finding somebody you like on here. Good luck with everything. And that was pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else to say here. And he said, okay, thank you, and haven't heard from him since. And once we get done, I'm going to block it.
Mm. Yeah, it's probably best. I don't think it would constitute as a warning sign, but something that you're not interested in are people that are not necessarily in your age group who reach out to you. So you're not looking for a daddy?
I don't know if I'm not looking for a daddy, but I don't want you to look like a daddy, At least take care of it. Look like you take care of yourself, I don't want to look at you and feel like I'm with my dad, or, even though you may be around my dad's age, but I prefer someone around my age, but I'm not opposed to dating someone.
What about a granddaddy?
No granddaddies. No granddaddies. No granddaddies. That's too much.
Well, because you had some people reach out to you that looked like they could be grandfathers.
Yeah, there was a guy that called himself I Bottom. That was his screen name.
Oh, okay.
And he messaged me saying, hello, I am a masculine traveling bottom, and he was only in town for, I guess, the night, and he was looking to hook up. He sent me a picture along with this message, and it was of his whole backside. Naked, of course. I guess that was supposed to turn me on. No. The ass was quite saggy. The skin was pale. Nothing against white people, but it's not my thing. I mean, but and you're able to send me a back shot of you, but you can't. On his profile picture, it was a picture of an ocean. He didn't send me a picture of his face. He only felt comfortable enough sending me a picture of his backside, which is another flag. How am I supposed to meet up with you if I don't know what you look like? I can see your ass, but I'm not talking to your ass, Like, yo. And he didn't even mention his name.
Right.
Which is another thing.
Right. You're wanting an experience that starts with conversation.
Conversation.
And those are your standards. But I go back to the what these sites are marketed as, which is hookup sites, because some people watching will say, why are you on these sites if you're expecting something different?
I went on Tinder just to see what would happen, I went on there with the mindset of just going with the flow. I met a guy, we hit it off, we eventually met in person. The first time we met, he came over, which seems to be the new norm now. When you meet people online or meet people instead of going out, meeting at a restaurant or going, on a date somewhere, they want to come over your house. And normally it's around, nighttime, around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
When Wheel of Fortune goes on.
Yes. And you get to talking and things, and just chilling, watching TV, movies, whatever, and it gets late. And, and all that shit. And it's like, it's getting late. It's getting late, and I understand if you want me to go, but I really don't want to go. I really, I drove all this way and all this other stuff, trying to guilt trip me. He ended up staying the night. Nothing happened between us, and then we continued to talk, and things were building. Then we actually did eventually go on a date. We went to the movies. We went to go see Get Out, and that time, when, mind you, this was a date, I smelled liquor on his breath, which tells me that he was in the car drinking and driving. He also admitted to being high. So inside of the theater, mind you, it was dark in the theater, he had on his shades. I know you're high, everybody else would know you're high, and right now, quite frankly, if you have on shades inside of a movie theater, something got to be wrong. That's a dead giveaway. I'm not into drinking or smoking. He introduced his drinking as being, I only drink socially, which seemed like every time I saw him, he had a cocktail previously, prior to coming. One of the other times he came over, he had a huge bottle with him that he put in my refrigerator. And neither one of me or Julius drinks. And so it was like, what?
I thought it was like just a regular sports bottle that you would carry around, just with water.
Stagging and shit. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. And you're being very irresponsible. You're drinking and driving, and that says a lot to me about you. You're drinking so much and smoking so much, it's like you're trying to escape something. You're already openly gay to your family, but it had me thinking, like, what are you trying to run from? Like, what are you escaping?
And he did have family issues that he was trying
issues.
to get away from, and so it started to appear to you that he was using you or this, lovely apartment
my apartment,
as a way to escape with his home life.
Yeah.
And the last thing anybody wants to feel is used. Yeah.
He claimed that wasn't the case and all of that, and actions speak louder than words. And so ultimately the communication just stopped. I said, this conversation need not go on because this is it. And he's like, dude, are you fucking serious? And all of this. Mind you, he admitted to having a temper in the past, and he's changed a lot, so he said. But, it's like, whatever, that was it. Which was cool with me, because I was over him at that time.
What do you feel about people who abuse substances? In terms of dating them, you don't drink or smoke or use any type of drugs, but is it something that you would be okay with if your significant other or somebody you were considering did any of those things?
As long as you had your shit together, I would have no problem. But I would prefer you to do it at least, socially, not every day. If you did it every day, like I said, have your shit together. Your smoking should not be in the way of your job, how you interact with whoever, with me, your family members or nothing like that. Neither should the drinking. People I know that smoke, they smoke daily. It's a ritual to the point where they can't get off of it to get themselves a better job. And it's like, to me, at what point are you going to admit that it's an addiction? But they're so quick to say it's not. But it is, because you complaining about you need a better job, but you're not. The main thing that would get you a better job is if you are able to pass a drug test. But you're not able to pass a drug test because you can't stop smoking, Other drugs, no. Weed, to me, is acceptable. but it can't be holding you. It can't hold you back. You know, drinking preferably socially. In other words, no addicts.
Do you think it's going to be hard for you to find someone like you?
Yes. Unless I go out to places, I guess, where people like me will be.
Mm.
That's like possibly at the bookstore, the restaurant, in certain neighborhoods or something like that, you know, or mix and mingle in different gatherings, you know.
Mm.
But I've come to accept that I won't find somebody exactly like me, and I'm not going to be exactly like that person. Nor am I going to change some of the things that I you know, turned into, especially if it's not affecting the relationship. So all I'm really asking for is open-mindedness, you know, and honesty.
One of the features of a lot of these apps is determining someone else's proximity, how close they are to you. Has it ever been a concern of yours to, let's say, encounter somebody that you didn't care for, you know, block them, but still have to, let's say, cohabitate with them or run into them as you're just minding your own business?
What did you ask? I'm sorry.
What?
Is it a fear of mine?
Yeah, is it a fear of yours?
No. I mean, it was, but I got over it.
So there was somebody who actually lives in this same complex who, you know, is on the app, which didn't surprise, I don't think, either one of us, because we were originally looking for people who lived next door.
Yeah. This app, getting on this app started out as an experiment to see who in the area that we see every day, like a neighbor across the way, to see if they're on there. They weren't. But I just saw one particular night, I just happened to get a message while Julius was away at work. And while Julius was away at work, and the guy messaged me, and it went like hi or hey or something like that. Mind you, he didn't have a profile picture, which is a pet peeve. But he messaged me saying that he wanted to eat my ass. Now, to some that would turn them on. To me, it caught me off guard. You know, like, I don't even know you. What's your name? Can I get to know you first before before we go to that? And he's telling me like he's horny and all of this other stuff. And then he asked me, was I home alone? And I asked him, where did he stay on this estate? And he said in the front. And I asked him, was he home alone? He said no. So to me, that meant to me that he more than likely had a family, was discreetly gay. So he asked me if I knew of a vacant apartment. Vacant apartment. So he can eat my ass in his vacant apartment.
Which means you'd have to break into whatever
We would have to
apartment
break
is vacant.
A vacant apartment,
Just
so he
to
can
engage.
eat my ass.
Engage in oral compensation.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that was a block, an instant block right there. What sense does that make, man? Others make it a thrill out of it, but me, I was caught off guard, and it was, it was like, the ass eating did sound good, but not the. I just can't do it with the circumstances. I don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could be living a lie,
Well, yeah, we were hoping that there were going to be more of these tough-acting thug types on these apps, because they all kind of have a tendency to stare at me.
Yeah, they give shifty eyes to both of us.
Yeah.
Julius is more so like trying to figure out what he is, I guess, male or female.
Yeah, they don't know whether I'm a woman or a man.
Yeah,
Most
me
of the time.
it's like, I don't know.
Maybe they think you're a DL like them,
Possibly.
but open to,
Yeah.
hookups,
Yeah,
with those terms, those codes that they use.
yeah, like green.
You want some green.
You want some green. We were walking down the street one day, and we were asked, "Hey, do y'all want some green? Do we look like we smoke green?"
And what I realize is that when people are just so stuck in their reality, a lot of times they don't realize until they're brought out of it that there are people in the world who don't live like them. There are people who don't smoke, or who don't gang bang, or whatever happens.
Which I learned that, you know, if you ever want to get a DL guy over in the neighborhood like this, that's the thing. You go to them asking for green, and you know, then things escalate from there. Which is, you know, all of these damn code words is what I, you know, another thing that gets me. Code words, code phrases, you know, all of this shit is just confusing. It's
So,
confusing as hell.
yeah, and so people have a difficult time being direct with their identities. You get a lot of profiles that don't have names or have sexual references for names. Again, that platform, apps like Grindr, Jacked, you know, they people gravitate towards them who want hookups. Maybe the companies don't market them as that. Maybe they say this has the potential to be everything, but the majority of the people use them for hookups,
Right.
I would say. So some of those things, while they're not what you're into, could possibly be seen by others as, you know, something that could be expected.
Yeah, and like going back to what you said, there was a guy that hit me up and his name was Dick, Big Dick and Ass. He hit me up, sent me a picture of his dick. That was the first thing. He didn't send any hi, nothing. The dick was the greeting. Secondly, I commented and said, oh, thank you. You know, it wasn't expected, but thank you. And so he said something about ass, and I said, he said ass pic, and I said, yeah, do you have an ass pic that you want to send me? And so he sent me an ass pic. I said, thank you again.
Is that
and
the
so
one
he
that
asked me, this was,
the pretzel one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, this was the one that was bent over.
Oh.
Yeah, the very first one.
Oh, okay.
And so he sent me the ass pic, and then he asked me for some pictures. Mind you, we didn't discuss this. You were the one that displayed in your screen name says big dick and ass. I want to see what it says.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I didn't ask for it, so you go ahead and... This isn't even exchange. I'm not doing this. Who said I'm going to send you a picture of my goodies if you send me a picture of your stuff? No, come on.
Right. That's what he's marketing, but not what you're marketing.
That's what he's marketing, but not what I'm marketing, and I get that. I get that's what they do on there. You know?
Yeah. You're holding out, well, you think that there's still people on there that would be looking for something different, because obviously you're on there and you're not, I'm sure you're not the only one. And so far, the majority of the people you've encountered who are looking for something different aren't really in the category that you're looking for. So, like we said before, grandfathers. There's people that are not as colorful as you or I.
Yeah.
That are also soliciting, and you know, sometimes culture culture does play a big role in who you would gravitate towards. If you can't, let's say, relate to or identify with a culture, or even understand another culture and their ways, it's not something you would even consider as an option. Could be from physical attraction or on a mental perspective, or both. But that seems to be the group of people that are looking for more. And how do you deal with that? You just block.
Block the ones I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Just that.
Convenient.
Yeah. Block.
Well, that's good.
Especially if you don't have a profile picture, you know? Or if you do have a profile picture, but it's of your nose, your lips, your eyes, your toes, your fingernails, your fingers, you know, things like that, or of the ocean, or something that's not human. Like, what in the hell? What am I to do to talk to? What do I look like talking to some lips? Or to a picture of an ocean? or to just a blank AV, you know? Like, come on now. I understand, like, you know, if you send me a picture, you don't feel comfortable enough having your picture as your profile picture, but you send it in the message. Like, I get that. I understand that, you know?
Well, so you're wanting more of a dating experience, I think, or at least a conversation experience that could possibly lead to dating if both parties are interested in one another. And some years ago when I was, you know, on the market and looking and all that, I decided to create an account with, what was it called? OkCupid, you know, which is a site that both men and women can be on. And it does also have an app. So I met about 3 different guys on there, and you know, they ask you a lot of personal questions, and then they match you based on percentages. So we have a person's over here, 80% match. You have a person over here, 20%. So again, the intention was dating, relationship, that sort of thing. What ended up happening was not dating or relationship with all 3 of them. But I guess the difference in that is that they didn't start off wanting to just come over. There actually was dates, you know, with the onset, but it ultimately led to them wanting something sexual and then not wanting anything after that, which wasn't what I was looking for. In all, how do you think someone can be successful on these different apps?
Some will say possibly look at an actual dating site, not a hookup site or a hookup app, you know, or a dating app. Look on like a Hello Cupid or something like that too, even though they have hookups on there too.
Yes. Okay, Cupid.
Whatever. Hello Cupid.
Hello
I'm sure
Kitty
there's
is what you were
I'm
thinking.
sure there's a Hello Cupid too. Hello Cupid in the making or some shit, you know. But whatever the popular dating sites and apps are, you know. But again, the grinders and the jacked have a reputation for being hookup sites. I mean, and again, I didn't go on here expecting to get in a relationship or to. I went on here with no expectations at all.
What do you think about diseases?
What about them?
With all these hookups going on, and some diseases just being transmitted with physical touch, contact, you know, not necessarily exchanges of fluids. Do you think that diseases are something that run rampant in these platforms?
Possibly, I do. You know, but again, that's like I said, take caution.
In this day and age, a lot of people think that sex should come before a relationship. You know, deciding who you want based on their performance. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think that sex is even a requirement, really.
You don't?
No.
You don't?
I like sex, but I'm able to live without it, as we see.
So you've never desired to just hook up with the person? Like you've never even thought about?
Not to the point that I actually did it, no. There's been people that I've seen, even on the street, that I've, you know, in the past, that I've been like, oh, yeah, really nice. People that I've even complimented to their face, but it's never resulted in, you know, just hooking up.
I don't know what I'm looking for right now.
Okay.
I don't think I'm ready to settle down. I just, you know, I'm just becoming open about my sexuality. So I'm just experimenting, you know. I don't think I'm even opposed to hookups, but there has to be a conversation. There has to be. We have to, you know.
But then it's not a hookup.
There has to be a connection. I mean, a connection. At least I need to know your name and shit.
Then it's not a hookup.
Okay, well, whatever. Maybe I don't want hookups then.
What I think is the whole purpose of a hookup is to not have
Any
any
strings
strings
attached.
attached
Okay, no strings
before,
attached.
during, or after.
Okay, well, I'm not
It's
the hookup type.
physically, it's purely physical, it's purely, I like what I see and I want it. Carnal, fulfillment of carnal desires.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Because it's nice for me to have somebody who's interested in me.
Yeah.
And my whole thing always was, I don't want to feel as though you don't even respect me.
That's
Or
the
that
thing.
you don't even know me.
That's the thing.
And so I never wanted, God, I never wanted that. And even, but there's been times where I've been on dates with people or dating someone who didn't respect me. And it took me a minute to figure it out.
Now, what about people you've actually gotten to know?
Mm-hmm.
You've befriended, and this person is feeling you, and they want to have sex with you.
What? And
Do you
what?
don't feel it? Do you feel any like temptation, anything there? Like, do you feel kind of weak when that person comes around? Like, oh, I kind of want you, but I can't have you.
If there were somebody at work, for example, that
Whomever you befriended at work.
Oh, so
I'm saying
actual
if,
friends.
If these are friends,
Okay.
you're feeling your friend, or your friend is feeling you.
Mhm.
Have you came close to? Or would you, just say, fuck it, because you said that you have to have some kind of connection to that person.
Okay, well, but I think that a friendship is a connection.
That's
And-
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So-
have to have some kind of connection to
Yeah.
that person.
So
You were saying that you can't just hook up or can't just sleep.
Right.
But what if you have that connection with that person?
Well, then it wouldn't. If the circumstances allowed it, I wouldn't be opposed to it. If the circumstances were different, and I had already established a connection with a friend, I wouldn't be opposed to.
And this is a one-time thing.
Oh.
Like, we're here, we're chilling, this is in the moment, and bam, this happened. But we both agreed that this can happen again. But it was good.
Oh. No.
But you don't know that when you're doing it, when you're like in the act. Afterwards, you find you both come to the same conclusion, like, this was good, but we can't do this again.
Okay, if those were the circumstances, and that was the outcome, I would say no.
I'm saying if you don't know the outcome, but you go with the circumstance,
Okay.
but don't think about the outcome.
Okay.
Then you live in the moment with the outcome, and you both come and say, this was good, but bam, we can't do this again.
Mm-hmm. Would I be open to that scenario?
Or
Minus
would
the
you
outcome.
be open to, I guess,
Hooking up with
with
a
a friend, somebody because that's technically a hookup, a one-night stand.
Well,
Or have you?
in the past I have.
Okay, there you go.
In the past I have hooked up with a friend. So I guess I'm open to it because it's happened in the past. But some people have had those apps for years. And some people, look for fresh meat, kind of like a prison environment.
As we know, and on one app it even shows who's new. So.
Oh, okay. What do you think of people who've been on there for years? Do you think can you see yourself on there?
I can't.
Okay.
I can't. I don't know if that's what you do, if that's what you've done, and you get your desired outcome, so be it. That's you. With me, I don't. I can't. Eventually, I would want to settle down or be with somebody,
Yeah.
and have all the sex or whatever it is that I'm looking for on there with that one person.
Mm-hmm. I'm not on here to say that I'm against those apps because I think that everybody has a purpose when they put themselves out there. Some people only want sex, and some people want relationships. Some people don't want to be identified. Some people enjoy that. Some people are voyeuristic, and they won't necessarily put anything of themselves on there, but they just get a thrill from watching others and interacting with others. I personally don't think it's a good idea to have a facade and mislead people with images that are not your own.
Catfish.
Yeah, I don't agree with catfishing. It's my own opinion on that. But I do know that not everybody is looking for the same thing. I feel that everybody should be respected or be respectful of those who are out there, who are new to all of this and are just wanting authenticity. And some people feel when they're only looking for a hookup, why should I talk to you? So I'm going to tell you specifically right off the bat what I want.
Right. Just, that's the thing. Just be honest.
Mm.
Be honest. Let the person know what they're getting themselves into, and vice versa. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And again, this is Julius, and I'm DeAndre, and this is our point of view.